Hi, so I wanted to briefly um, show something I worked on that really has a lot of utility for me. Um, this is just a layer of overlapping polygons. It consists of a feature class that has many different polygons in it. And this data was originally digitized as an overlapping layer for reasons that I don't really know to go into. However, um, I've got another application that needs to consume each one of these polygons one at a time, and this thing is really outside of an ArcMap environment, so it's not something that you can just put like a definition query on. So um, using Python, I wrote a little script that does this, and I know that there is I know that there's a tool that automates that. However, what made this really useful um, for me is that it's a subset of these things that I needed. I didn't need every one of these of the polygons inside of the feature class as its own layer. I just needed like a subset of these things. So really, just using a few lines of code, we're able to pull each one of these polygons out that are in a list that you declare. And what was really new to me or really helped me out and what I struggled with was the syntax for creating an SQL query that pulls each one of these out one by one. It's really fickle. And so what I used, which was a really helpful thing in configuring the SQL statement, was the add field delimiters module inside of Python. And so you run the script, and based on a few query parameters, a figure area name field, and then for every one of the items that are in this list, it makes an individual polygon for it, and you can see that there's actually 17 of them. I just have generic names associated with them, so I'll load like a few of them here to illustrate the point. And they show up as individual polygons. So not earth-shattering stuff, but just another example of how with just a few lines of code you can use Python to do something that would otherwise take you multiple steps, especially if the list of polygons were more than 10 amongst a population of 1,000 or something like that. You can specify a subset and then do that. So I thought it was just something worth documenting.